Hello world, welcome to my Wooded and Whimsy YouTube channel. Um, since I'm just starting this channel, I thought that I would do a little intro video, kind of go over where I'm at, maybe some of the things we've done already to get to this point, why I'm creating this channel, and maybe some of my goals for it. So before I get into all that, I just want to put it out there that I'm not really a content creator. I don't really know what I'm doing with all of this. I like to think that I'm pretty good at taking photos, but as I'm learning, shooting video is kind of a whole different ball game. uh, yeah, like I just learned yesterday as I was editing one of my videos, I was trying to crop it and figure out how to make it so my videos filled up the whole screen. And in my frustration, I just Googled it, and it turns out I am filming completely wrong to begin with. So I'm supposed to turn my phone horizontally, and yeah, go figure, that's the problem. So I do have actually a lot of old footage from the last, I don't know, a few years that we've been here, the last 4 years. So bear with me, some of my older stuff, because I do want to do some kind of past videos at some point, kind of catch you guys up, bring everyone up to speed on where we're at. But yeah, bear with me because those photos or video are not going to be as good of quality. But yeah, so that being said, I'll get into why I'm starting this channel. So I watch a lot of homesteading YouTubes, and I have found that I feel like there's kind of a need for really low budget and cheap YouTube projects. There's definitely some out there, but there's a lot of YouTubers who they're like, oh, you can homestead on a budget, and homesteading, it doesn't have to cost a fortune. And then they pull up to this beautiful, brand new 3-bedroom, 2-bath barn dominium, or they're driving a Ford Super Duty brand new truck, and I don't know, they have these gorgeous chicken coops that look like they cost $5,000, and just ridiculous stuff. And I know there's definitely people out there who do things cheap, and I love those homestead YouTubers, and I do follow them too, but I don't know, I feel like there's a gap there, and so I am kind of looking to fill that. As well as I just kind of want to show my family and friends what I'm up to here, so you guys know, and maybe you'll be more inclined to visit and come hang out and be involved or part of it, as much as you are comfortable with, as much as you want to. Okay, so next I kind of want to bring you guys up to speed on where we're at with everything, and kind of how we got here to this point. So Mike and I bought this property in the spring of 2021, and it is the fall of 2025 now. So we've had it for, what was that, 4.5 years? Right? Yeah. Anyway, the first year we bought it, we lived 4 hours away still, and we were just coming up on the weekends to work on different projects. The place, it's just raw land, so it wasn't super livable. There's a lot of cleanup we needed to do, a lot of space we wanted to create. We cut a bunch of trails in, we made different flats, we put gates in, we kind of secured the place, put some fencing up, but we did all that just on the weekends. We, kept our day jobs, and we worked in town for about a year, while kind of saving up, and then, yeah, just coming up here as often as we could. We tried to do every weekend or every other. Didn't always happen that way, but we got a lot of work done, even though we were 4 hours away still. So then we officially moved up here in March of 2022. And I don't know, everything was going nice. We were getting settled in. We started by just bringing our trailer up here, and keeping things pretty simple. So kind of wanted to feel out the neighborhood and the area and, settle down before we really started like going hard and, building and whatever here. So a couple months after we moved here in May of 2022, Mike's dad suddenly passed away. It was unexpected and it kind of pulled the rug out from under us. He ended up having to go, back to where he's from for an extended period, and that really postponed us doing anything here. Then that summer, my mom got a cancer diagnosis, and that also was just crazy and brought a lot of feelings, a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty. And then the end of the year of 2022, my grandmother passed away, and just a couple months later, my grandfather passed away, and then a month after that, my mom died of cancer. So within less than a year, we lost like 4 people who were really important to us, and it really, pulled the rug out from under us. We didn't really do much at all on the property that year. We kind of just existed and tried to deal with that hole of heartache and grief, and we didn't know really where things were going to go. So we came onto the property thinking that it was going to be like this, great adventure that we were starting, and we were going to get all this stuff done the first year, and like none of it at all happened. And I guess that's how it goes sometimes, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel really like behind on our property and all the projects and all the things that I thought we were going to do. But I have to kind of be gentle with myself and remind myself that like a lot of stuff that was out of my control happened in that first year, and really like it changed everything. It changed all of my plans. So yeah, that was like up to the spring of 2023, was when my grandfather and mom passed away. And going into like that summer, Mike got a job. He started working full time in town, because we actually, that first year, we put ourselves pretty deeply in debt, not working because of all the drama and grief. And we racked up a lot of credit card debt, like not really knowing what we were doing, and then spending money going, back home to just deal with everything. So yeah, that spring, or no, the summer of 2023, Mike got a full-time job. I started working part-time doing landscaping, like landscape maintenance. And then we actually had some new neighbors come in, and they helped us with some big projects. They had some heavy equipment, and we kind of finally started getting rolling, like, almost a year and a half into being here. Like 2.5 years after buying the place, we started like actually doing some grading and like major clearing projects. We were doing some of that those first 2 years, but it was on a smaller scale. We definitely did stuff still, but not like to the grand extreme that I envisioned we would do when we bought the place. But yeah, so summer of 2023, we were living in the front of the property to begin with, because we had this like kind of horseshoe driveway here that was here when we bought the place, and it's fairly open and flat, and so we were able to kind of just like pull the trailer in and set up and live. But it's not the best spot on the property. We're kind of close to the roads, so we bought something that was affordable to us, but that also came with there's easement roads that go through it, that are kind of an inconvenience. But we make it work. So anyway, yeah, we were living up in the front, and in that summer of 2023, we set up this whole space in the back. We had like 3 nice little flats terraced into the hillside. We cleared this whole big section. It was like completely covered with trees and shrubbery, and it was like massively sloped, kind of an unusable space. And yeah, we had some neighbors who helped us out and made it into this like really beautiful living space that I love now. So by that fall, we were able to move back there. It was all set up and ready for us, and that was, I feel like, kind of a turning point. Kind of moving from the space in the front where we were dealt all these blows to our life, our confidence, our plans, our family. Yeah, we transitioned to the back of the property, which it's more enclosed, more private. It's kind of what we had wanted to do from the beginning, and it just, yeah, it felt like kind of a reset. So once we made that move back there, I feel like things kind of started really flowing again. Like we started getting into some of the projects that we had hoped to do. It was still kind of slow going, but things started moving again. So yeah, we got that trailer space set up in the back. We built a whole water filtration system. Prior to moving in the back, we were getting water delivery. When we first moved here, we bought 2 gigantic irrigation tanks, and we were getting water delivery, which was really expensive. Yeah, but we have a spring on the property, and we had wanted to wait at least a full year to make sure that, you know, it flows year round and that we're not wasting our time developing it. We did that. It's a great spring. It definitely slows down in the end of summer, but it still flows year round. So yeah, we further developed our spring, which I will do a video on at some point later. And yeah, then once we moved into the back, we set up this whole filtration system and like got pumps and tanks for the spring. And yeah, it's this awesome system now. And we have a whole little filter house with a triple BB system, and it's got a UV light to kill any bacteria in there. So that was, I don't know, it was great. It started feeling like some real progress here. So yeah, and then let's see, going into 2024, we're still like kind of in that slump of grief, but definitely trying to like push through it and keep going with things. So I don't know, I started watching all these chicken YouTubes and joined some chicken Facebook groups, and I became like slightly obsessed with chickens. So I got my first chicks, and we built a chicken coop and a chicken feed shed. We made the garden better, the vegetable garden, because those first couple years it existed. We had built those raised beds, but I didn't really do all that much with it. I didn't care. I didn't have it in me to do a garden. And so in 2024, that spring, I kind of fenced it off. It wasn't perfect. The deer still got in there and messed with stuff. But I tried. I did something. We got some produce out of it. We got garlic and onions. Those grow really well here because the deer can't get to them. But yeah, so that was 2024. We ended the year with some major car problems, which was just, you know, lovely. Yeah, like $3,000 in car problems out of nowhere at the end of the year. And yeah, then going into 2025, I got more chickens. Not too many more. I only have 9 right now. I had 11, and I one of them was a rooster. Well, two. I have 2 roosters. I had 2 roosters. I got rid of one, but I got rid of 2 chickens altogether. So I had 11, and now I'm down to 9. We'll see. I'll probably get more next spring. um, but yeah, so more chickens this year. We really extended the garden. Mike and I dug like, well, 5 more garden beds, really. Those 2 tomato beds, the pepper bed, my sad corn bed, and my bean bed. I extended the fence, like, I'm looking over, the garden's right over there. But I extended the fence like probably double the size. So I made the garden like about double the size. I extended the whole thing. Yeah, put all these new beds in. And then yeah, I put up all that trellis netting fencing, which was a pain in the butt to put up. But yeah, we got all that. We officially ran water down there because we had kind of a janky watering system previously. We also set up this whole row of irrigation tanks. Mike got all these IBC totes from work for free, and I could show you those one day. But yeah, we got a whole IBC tote system lined up and plumbed in, and so I was able to capture even more water during the winter to kind of hold me through the summer when you know, when water just slows down. We're not getting as much from the spring. And then we built my greenhouse too, which I will also do a greenhouse tour at some point. So yeah, that was good. Like, this year has been really productive, and I feel like we're kind of out of that slump that we were in, and starting to really like move forward with stuff and do some of these projects that like I thought we would do when we first moved here. And yeah, I guess that's kind of bringing you up to speed. That's where we're at now. Okay, so then that brings us to some of my goals for this channel. I would like to post 1 video a week for 6 months and kind of see where it goes after that. Hopefully by then I'll have figured out filming and editing, and maybe we'll keep going. I don't know, we'll see. But that's where I'm at right now. 1 video a week. I'll probably do more, especially in the beginning here, because I've just got stuff kind of backed up. But yeah, 1 a week for 6 months. Kind of thinking too, since I'm doing this like where I'm at video right now, which is, I don't know, it's kind of fun. Maybe I'll do like a once a month kind of check-in video too. I don't know, we'll see. Tell me if you think that's something you guys would be interested in or not. Then let's see, I guess another one of my goals is just like to track my progress, because it's really easy to get down on myself. I'm like, oh, you know, we're not where I envisioned us to be. We're not where I want to be, because it really is baby steps here. So I don't know, like having these videos, putting it all together is a way for me to like really visually see my own progress, which I think that'd be helpful. And then I guess the last goal is just to show the world that it's doable to live off-grid and to homestead really with like nothing. Yeah, you just got to be willing to put in the work, I guess. All right, cool. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.